I now call Stuart Stevenson. Minister, you have 6 minutes.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, and I very much welcome the opportunity this debate brings to highlight the importance that we in Government place on the promotion of sustainable economic growth in these difficult times. And may I welcome the broadly constructive remarks that were in particular made by Des McNulty. I thought that was a fine opening to this debate. We will see where it takes us. We are very clear that an efficient transport system is essential for enhancing productivity and delivering faster, more sustainable economic growth, both across Scotland and, of course, in the west of Scotland and in particular in Glasgow. And against the backdrop of global economic slowdown, this Government, through Transport Scotland, is driving forward the largest transport investment programme Scotland has ever seen, with a number of vital projects. This will support tens of thousands of jobs, almost all of which will be in the private sector. Our continuing investment is helping the hard-pressed construction sector now, creating hundreds of construction jobs. Last year, Transport Scotland represented approximately 25% of the construction market in Scotland, and about 95% of Transport Scotland's budget goes to the private sector. We will continue our focus of providing sustainable, integrated and cost-effective public transport alternatives to the car. Recent investment across road and rail, short-term or long-term, has supported nearly 13,000 jobs. We will invest £2.5 billion in our strategic transport networks over the next 3 years, supporting the economy. The programme includes a new railway between Airdrie and Bathgate, linking Edinburgh and Glasgow, the Borders Railway and support, reluctantly but now entirely committed, for the Edinburgh Tram project. Additionally, we have at last moved forward the projects for the M74. You can plan for as long as you like, you actually have to make them happen. The Glasgow Airport link, the M8 between Newhouse and Baillieston, the upgrading of the A80 to motorway between Steps and Hags, all to be completed in time for 2014.
Ross Finney.
I note the Minister's continued repetition that nothing happened at the M74. I wondered, therefore, if you could just clarify for the benefit of the Chamber that the M74 that has only just begun to be built is being built on top of the very many factories that were in the road, or were they relocated just by accident, or were they actually relocated successfully by the previous executive?
Minister.
The one thing, Presiding Officer, I did not say that nothing had been done. What I did say is that, because clearly transport projects are long-term projects that cross the boundaries of administrations, I acknowledge what was done. What had not been done was to engage on the delivery part of this project, which we are now on. The Scottish Government, through Transport Scotland, also supports Network Rail's Scottish operations and ScotRail's passenger services. That's about 7,000 jobs. And with the New Clackmannanshire Bridge, again, the work started under previous administration, delivered under this one, 2,000 construction jobs when taken with the M74, which will employ 900 people. Steps to Hags, 500. Lots of jobs, like the 3,000 on Airdrie-Bathgate rail link and the Edinburgh trams. So across Scotland, if it's brief.
Cathy Craigie.
Thank you, and other members here. I welcome the start on the AAT, particularly between the Steps to Hags part. There was a long-term plan looked at through a transport model about having a station in Aberdeen Hill in Cumbernauld. That would greatly assist the commuters between Cumbernauld and Glasgow. Does the Minister have any comments to make on whether that's a feasible proposal?
Minister.
Not at this stage. We're also delivering, of course, through major infrastructure programme, significant benefits to businesses across Scotland. Now, the strategic transport projects review, of which reference has been made, is of course a 20-year programme. The motion requires us to look at prioritisation We've prioritised, of course, those projects above the nearly 900 other projects that are outside the programme, and as we go through comprehensive spending reviews, we will, of course, continue that prioritisation process. Cross-city travel in Glasgow is important. That's why we're talking to SPT about a range of improvements, making sure that we don't simply support short-term needs, but also look at the needs, for example, of termini for high-speed rail, as well as ensuring that we don't overload other parts of the network elsewhere. A lot is going on. The Labour motion essentially today presents an opportunity for a subject debate, and is very welcome on that basis. However, let me make the point that Labour politicians in Wales and in England seem to have understood, which Jane Gray's team may not have done. Rhodri Morgan, the Labour Welsh First Minister, said the Archane Rogue Gabriel could not find proposed cuts in budgets without damaging public services. And Harriet Harman told the STUC, you cannot cut your way out of recession. Efficiency savings that are being talked about for Scotland are inefficiency cuts. Removing resource makes our job more difficult. I hope we'll have some unanimity in the campaign to ensure we have the tools. Then we here can do the job.